You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has once again shaken up the boxing world, calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's latest fight. Known for his unmatched confidence and perfect record, Mayweather didn't hold back, hinting he's ready to return for another high-stakes showdown. Fans and analysts are buzzing over the idea of Mayweather facing Crawford, who is widely regarded as one of the sport's top pound-for-pound fighters, adding another layer of intrigue to boxing's ever-evolving landscape.
Let me ask you though, Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7, 10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes, never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence Bud Crawford defended his undefeated record by defeating Canelo Alvarez via unanimous decision, becoming the undisputed super middleweight champion. The bout took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, and was one of the year's most anticipated matchups. Moving up 2 weight classes, Crawford entered the ring with supreme confidence. Despite Canelo's natural size and punching power, Crawford dictated the tempo, using sharp boxing, footwork, and combinations to neutralize every advantage.
What'd you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record as saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder, and start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He hands down. He the best. He the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease. Right? You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already at Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, not Canelo, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to the Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take that into consideration.
For this fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. placed his bet on Terence Crawford, trusting his skills against Canelo Alvarez. Despite Crawford being labeled the underdog, Mayweather wagered $50,000 on him to win straight up at 148 odds. When Crawford secured a unanimous decision, Mayweather's bet cashed in big, earning him $124,000. The move not only showed Mayweather's confidence in Crawford, but also highlighted his sharp eye for boxing strategy.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect anything different.
Mayweather has made his stance clear in the pound-for-pound debate, declaring Terence Crawford the #1 fighter in the world today. After Crawford's masterclass performance against Canelo Alvarez, Mayweather praised his discipline, skill, and ability to dominate across multiple divisions. To Mayweather, being pound for pound isn't just about collecting titles, but consistently proving superiority against the best. And Crawford, he believes, has done exactly that, defeating elite champions while staying undefeated, cementing his place as the man to beat in modern boxing.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number.
Crawford has long admired Mayweather, not only for his ring IQ, but also for how he managed his career and built his legacy. Over time, that admiration grew into a genuine bond. Crawford often receives advice from Mayweather, and he takes it seriously, listening and applying it. Their relationship reflects more than respect. It's built on ambition, legacy, and a shared understanding of what it takes to achieve greatness in boxing.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever... Keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Recently, Canelo Alvarez made a bold admission at a press conference. "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." The statement carried weight, given that Canelo's first career loss came against Mayweather back in 2013, when Alvarez was just 23 and unbeaten. Crawford's performance against Canelo was brilliant, showcasing superior hand speed, footwork, and tactical precision to dominate all 12 rounds. Even after moving up 2 divisions, Crawford neutralized Alvarez's power with masterful defense and pinpoint counters.
It's with Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
it's my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Following Alvarez's claim that Crawford is better than Floyd, Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, fired back. He suggested Canelo's words were strategic, aimed at elevating Crawford's status to make Canelo's own loss appear more respectable. Jeff reminded fans that Canelo's defeat to Floyd came when the Mexican star was in his prime, disputing the idea that Mayweather was past his best. He also defended Floyd's legendary defense, arguing that while Crawford is exceptional, Mayweather's defensive mastery still stands unmatched.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, it sure, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Don't you?
Want to make himself look like he did something great.
Trainer Greg Hackett has entered the Mayweather versus Crawford debate, insisting that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is still the superior fighter. Despite Crawford's impressive victory over Canelo Alvarez, Hackett argues that Mayweather's defensive brilliance and ring IQ set him apart. He acknowledged Crawford's greatness, but emphasized that Mayweather's undefeated record and dominance across multiple weight classes secure his place higher in the all-time rankings. Hackett's view underscores how the boxing community remains divided on who truly defines this era.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ, you know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great to me.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has dismissed Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is greater than Floyd Mayweather Jr. According to Hearn, Crawford's resume doesn't stack up to Mayweather's, pointing out that many of Crawford's opponents were past their prime when he fought them. While Hearn gave Crawford credit for his historic win over Canelo, he argued that Mayweather's career is filled with victories against elite opposition across multiple divisions, something Crawford has yet to match.
Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't, but I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault, his resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns. Right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. It's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion. But you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Carmel Moughton has also reiterated that Floyd Mayweather will always be the GOAT. Even with the excitement surrounding Terence Crawford's recent dominance, Moton believes Mayweather's flawless record, unmatched ring IQ, and defensive genius set a benchmark few can ever reach. While Moton praised Crawford's win over Canelo, he stressed that true greatness isn't about one night. It's about longevity, consistency, and making history by remaining undefeated at the top. In his view, Crawford is elite, but Mayweather's legacy lives on a different level.
Where do you sit with this? Because two pound-for-pound greats of this era. Canelo, we see the resume. Crawford, two-time undisputed. Potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. We've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size. If not, Crawford look a little bigger than. Yeah, for sure. So really just we're gonna see tomorrow. How it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. I feel like it's even playing fields, and both guys coming ready. So we're just gonna have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people are saying Floyd is the greatest. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, nobody will ever. I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time. It's